Hey, what's up guys? It's Renaldo here. So this video is going to focus on that South African family that people are so gutful of hearing about, but they just stay in the news. Now, of course, I'm talking about the Zuma family. Jacob Zuma, Duduzile Zuma, and Duduzile Zuma. The trio that is causing so much cuck in this country, but for some reason, we just can't get them either to leave or to imprison them for the crimes that they have allegedly committed. Now, before we get into this video, please be sure to subscribe to this channel. The overwhelming majority of you that watch my content regularly aren't subscribed, but hey, you can fix that. Just click the subscribe button below. All right, so what am I talking about? Well, Duduzile Zuma, who is facing treason charges right now. Actually, she is in court right now for the July riots in KZN and how she incited that riot through what she posted on social media. Now, she's in the news again, but this time for sending men to go and fight in a war overseas, when in actual fact all they wanted to do was to get training to become bodyguards for Mkhonto the political party. Let's have a look. So, as you can see here from The Independent, and there's many other sources, News 24 has covered it, Daily Maverick has covered it, but I just refuse to give them any clicks anymore. Over here it says Jacob Zuma's daughter faces allegations of luring 17 men to fight in Ukraine war. And also the reason why I chose this is just summarizes it. South African police have launched an investigation into Duduzile Zuma Sambudla's daughter of Jacob Zuma over allegations she enticed 17 men to fight in Russia's war against Ukraine under false pretenses. The probe follows an affidavit from Zuma Sambudla's sister claiming the men were promised security training in Russia but were instead forced to join a Russian mercenary group. The affidavit alleges that 8 of the 17 men deceived into fighting are members of the sister's family. South Africa's Foreign Minister Ronald Lamola stated that diplomatic efforts are underway with Russia and Ukraine to repatriate the men who had made distress calls from the Donbas region. Under South African law, it is illegal for citizens to offer military assistance or participate in foreign armies without government authorization, and police charges are yet to be determined. So, remember how vocal so many people are when it comes to arresting Solidariteit and AfriForum for their alleged involvement in how they feed information to the United States, which is hogwash. It's absolute nonsense. But yet, when it comes to Jacob Zuma and his family, they are just always protected. I mean, Jacob Zuma should still be in prison, but he is out on medical parole. But it seems that he's got the same disease as Shabir Sheikh, Sheikhalitis, where they are very sick when they are in prison, but when they are out of prison, they're healthy. So I think the illness is caused by them being in prison. So Jacob Zuma can sing and dance and go crazy on stage, go to press conferences, be the leader of a political party, and he's healthy enough for that, but he's not healthy for prison. Go figure. And then we've got Duduzile Zuma, which of course is facing treason charges, but now also she's racking up, it seems, more charges because she has literally, according to what her sister is saying, lied to 17 South African men that wanted to become bodyguards for Mkhonto and now they are fighting in another country's war. Where's the treason charges for that? Why hasn't that been opened? Why isn't the media reporting on the treason charges that should be laid against her? But you see, that's once again the difference between what is reported on and what is actually done in this country. Jacob Zuma has, under his presidency, put this country back, I would say, at least 2 decades. And now his daughter, who is clearly eyeing for the next leadership position of Mkhonto once her father passes away, it seems now that she is just causing more cuck left, right, and center. And ultimately, the question has to be asked, why does she feel so entitled? Why does she think that she's above the law and she can do these things that is glaringly, obviously criminal? lying to people and telling them that, hey, you're going to go for bodyguard training in Ukraine or Russia, and then before you know it, these people are fighting in a war. That is blatantly lying to them. These individuals allegedly had to sign contracts that was in Russian. They didn't know what they were reading, and yet they signed it. So, look, I mean, the fault also lies with them. Blindly trusting the Zumas is going to always cause you to be in a situation that you don't want to be in. That is glaringly obvious. But yet, here we are with Duduzile Zuma that has just caused another international incident. I mean, if it wasn't, the KZN riots that cost billions of rands and many people who lost their lives and her inciting that, in my opinion, and now it's her pretty much kidnapping people to go and fight in a war in another country. At what point is she going to be held accountable? But it's because there's no accountability when it comes to the Zuma family. Jacob Zuma can do and say the most outlandish things, can be caught red-handed in corruption, avoid adhering to the Constitutional Court judgment, and yes, go to jail for a little bit, but then come out and just live life normally. Like look at Nkandla. Look at all the things that Jacob Zuma has done. Having sex with an HIV positive woman and then saying, I just took a shower afterwards because I'm going to wash the AIDS away. This is a South Africa that so many people wanted, right? This is why so many people are fighting for this country and calling people that call out this nonsense as racists, as extremists, as right-wing, because wanting people to not send innocent people to go and fight in a war that they didn't sign up for is, racist, and it's right-wing. But ultimately, mainstream media has reported on it, but none of them, specifically in South Africa, is asking about when can we expect charges, to be leveled against her, because her sister is the one that went to go and open the court case. So I think this is more than just speculation, because if one of your family members go and opens a case against you, and 8 of the people that were sent over are direct family members of you, I think that there's quite a lot of proof. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen to Duduzile Zuma. But once again, the question is, why are we allowing as a country that one family has got so much influence over South Africa? I think Umkhonto we Sizwe is dead as a political party, or it will definitely be dead as soon as the pulse of one man stops. But at this point in time, a lot of people are still signing up, and people are joining MK after all of the internal spats, after everything that has happened. So you have to ask yourself the question, are South Africans sucker for punishment? Because that is the only thing that I can think of. Either that, or you must be really dumb and really have no clue to the most basic of aspects in South Africa. If you join an organization like that and a political party like that, thinking that you are really going to get what you signed up for. But this is a South Africa that so many people wanted, and so many people are promoting and still talking positively about. That is the thing that gets to me, is the fact that even with everything that Jacob Zuma and his family has done, whether it be the fire pool, whether it be the rape allegations, whether it be having sex with an HIV positive woman and then saying you'll just wash it off, the millions and millions of rands in tenders that were given to one Indian family, after all of that, to still want to defend Jacob Zuma and his family, tells you that people don't really care about the ethics and the morals of the issue at hand, but rather whether they can get into that circle to benefit financially. And that says a lot about South Africa, doesn't it? But let's see what happens. I mean, hopefully justice will prevail. Hopefully she will already be in prison by the time that this case goes to court for the treason charges and causing a lot of people to die and billions of rands in damages. Hopefully then this will just be an add-on to the life sentence that she might receive. We can all be optimistic and hope for it, because from everything that we've seen, the Zuma family has time and time again demonstrated to us that we can't trust them, because the moment we give them a little bit of power or a little bit of clout, they abuse that for self-enrichment. And I will point again to Jacob Zuma, to Duduzile Zuma, to Duduzane Zuma, to the wives of Jacob Zuma that live this lavish lifestyle. At what point is South Africans going to go, you know what, it's not worth it, and we have been lied to? Let's see what happens with that. And that's pretty much all I got to say. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to this channel, share this video far and wide. And if you enjoy my content and you enjoy my channel, please consider becoming a member. You can do so by clicking the join button below. Till later, everybody. Cheers and peace out.
You don't even know me, but every time you see me, you say, I wear my massacre. You don't even know me, but every time you see me, you say, I wear my massacre. I wear my massacre. You don't even know me, but every time you see me, you say, I wear my massacre. I wear my massacre.